Welcome to my channel. My name is Emily and today we're going to be doing the Do You Have That Other Book Challenge. I can't remember who made this tag, but I will link their channel down below, as well as some other creators that I enjoyed with their Do I Have That Other Book Challenge tag, whatever you want to call it. So I thought I would do my rendition of this. So I have done a little bit of research into the books just to see if I could fill all the prompts. There was only 2 prompts that I couldn't really fill. So yeah, let's get these books rolling. So the first prompt is, do you have a book that has a fox on the cover or in the story? So my choice, because I don't really actually have that many books about foxes and with a fox on the cover, so my thought with this would be, because I had just read a book when I found this tag that had, like, it wasn't even a fox in the story. So the book I'm picking is Mary McFarlane's It's Not Me, It's You. It has a character who is like, it's got like a superhero kind of persona in there, and that she calls the fox. So that is what I'm including. I think it's about right, so that should be fine. So I'm going to pick it anyway. Next is, do you have a book published in the year you were born or within 3 years of that? So so I can do the easy pick, which I don't want to do because I know, because I keep picking that book for those books for things and I don't want to anymore, so I would prefer to try and find something else. And a lot of books I have here are white new releases. Not all of them here, but not really. So this one was published in the year I was born, and this is John Marsden's Burning for Revenge. And it's the 5th book in the Tomorrow series, and it's published on my birthday. Well, not on my birthday, it was on my birth year. So I feel like that's a good little thing to have. It's about a couple of teens that get involved in the war and have to figure their way out of it while also dealing with teenage feelings, which is always fun. So do you have a book with music as a weapon or magic? And I would have to say Hollowpox, The Hunt for Morgan Crow by Jessica Townsend would be the closest thing to it, as Morgan has to sing to control her powers, which is how she controls the Wonder, which is like, it's not magic, it's like energy. So, and she can use it to be a weapon. So I feel like that would be closest to that. Do you have a series with mismatched covers? Yes, I do. So you can tell there's a couple, so I don't have the whole series to The Devil Wears Prada. But you can tell that the 2 are mismatched already. I think the most mismatch I would have would be the Me Before You series, as I have the movie cover for the first book, which, yeah. And then second book is just a normal cover. And the third book is the hardback. Why did I decide to buy the hardback when I had not read the first 2 books yet? I have no clue. Well, I don't want to know, don't want to figure it out. But we'll see. I don't know. I need to read them to see if I enjoy them first before buying a hardcover version of the book. Unless it was cheap, which it was not cheap, I can tell. Do you have a book with a shapeshifter? It is though. Like, I haven't read like a lot of the sci-fi that I have, so I can't exactly say that I've got, like, even fantasy doesn't really have much like shapeshifters in there. I don't know. You probably are seeing one and I can't see it because I'm dumb and I also haven't read the majority of these books, so yeah. But I know one book, which I'll go get. So, Twilight. I felt like that was just an easy book to pick because, yeah, you know, Jacob. Never read it. But yeah, and I don't plan to read it because it looks like shit. No offense to Stephanie Meyer and any Twihards, because I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, it disgusts me holding this book in my hand. Do you have a book signed by the author? So I've got a couple of books for this, which now, because of my couple of Alcrate boxes that I have gotten, but I'm going to pick The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue because it was my first signed book that I had in my collection. So, do you have a book with mostly red on the cover? And I'm going to pick Love, Simon, or Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens by Becky Albertalli, as it is quite red. And I mean, I've got other red ones here, so like I've got, I feel like that's a lot more red, but same then this is more pinky red and this is more red. I don't know. It doesn't specify which red it had to be. So I'm going to go with this one because I think it's more red. I feel like. I don't know. Do you have a book between 287 and 306 pages? So I put down Orange is the New Black by Piper Kerman. So I'm going to have a look at that and see if it fits the description. So it's got 295 pages, but it's also got an it's got a bunch of pages afterwards, so I don't know if that would count, because the actual book is 295, but there's like another 20 pages afterwards, so I don't know if that would count. There we go, I'll pick this one. This one has 303 pages, so it just hits it in, so it's out of Orange. So it's not the sequel, but the sequel to Orange is the New Black by Cleary Walters. Do you have a book with a main character who wears glasses? And I'm gonna pick something stereotypical, because even though I said that I need to stop, but I actually haven't read many books with the main character wearing glasses, so... And apparently Fangirl has one, but this has a character, but I honestly cannot remember. I haven't actually read the book, so I can't even say if the main character wears glasses. So I'm going to go with Harry Potter, because Harry Potter wears glasses, and it's the most notable person who wears glasses. Oh, hang on, no, I'm not going to go Harry Potter. I've got one. All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. So pretty much Violet wears glasses only because they belong to her sister, who passed away, and it's one of those reminders of her, so she wears the glasses. There, go. Main character that wears glasses. Done. Apparently also Simon wears glasses, but I don't know. Do you have a book with a title that has the same number of letters as your first name? The name's quite short because it's only 5. So 5 letters. Gonna go Horns by Joe Hill, which was quite an interesting book, to say the least. I was a bit confused. Apparently it was horror, but I wasn't freaked out, but I was a bit, because like they were a bit graphic in some scenes, but at the same time I was like, this is fine. And then I realised after I read it was horror. I was like, that was horror? I don't know, now I'm like concerned if horror in books doesn't concern me, which is weird. Do you have a book with cybercrime or technology as the plot point? So apparently according to Goodreads, Digital Fortress, it feels like that one would definitely be about cybercrime. So yeah, code breaking, machines, yeah. US intelligence, yeah, I feel like that's right. Do you have a book written in another language or translated to English? Which I do. I've only got one book, which is The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out of a Window and Disappeared by Jonas Jennison. So I read this one last year, and it was my first DNF for the year, so that was sad, but it had to be done in all honesty. So, but I will probably try getting to it again because I feel like I didn't give it much of a chance. So I will try. I will try to read this. Do you have a book with a moon on the cover? And I do, and that is Rilla of Eagleside by L.M. Montgomery. So that is one of the last books in the Anna Green Gables series. As you can see, all my Anna Green Gables books are not here in here at the moment. I don't know if I think you can see it. But they're not in here, they're all upstairs waiting to be read because I'm in the middle of reading the series. So I'm looking forward to that. Do you have an illustrated children's book? I do have some illustrated children's books. I go with Grump by Jonathan Bentley because it was quite funny. It was actually hilarious of a book. Do you have a collection of fairy tales or myths? And I do. It's upstairs. And it is the Time Lord's Fairy Tales, which is a Doctor Who book. So that's, I'm actually really looking forward to reading it one day. I think I'm reading it next month, a part of the Buzzwordathon, because it's the only book I have that has the word time in it. So that's going to be fun. Do you have a sci-fi fantasy with an alliance between races? And I don't think I do. I tried researching what it meant by that, and I couldn't think of anything on the top of my head, so I don't think I have anything. If you can see anything in the back that would suit that prompt, let me know, but I don't think so. Do you have a book with a narrow front cover? So I do, and that is Red, White and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. So as you can tell, it's a bit narrow. Here's a red part sticks out. Do you have a book that includes the first chapter of the sequel? And I have plenty of those actually. So I'm going to pick the Keeper of the Lost Cities, as it does have the chapter of like 1 or 2 chapters from the second book, which is not in the shelf at the moment, for the next book. So I haven't actually read it though, which is a bit strange because I'm like, I'll just get this book, I'll read it then. And do you have a book with a broken spine? I do. So I've got this one, which is Beautiful Creatures by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. This is second hand, so yeah, so that's why it's got, I haven't actually read the book yet, so that's why it's got the thing here. It's got the bookmark in it because it's the next book to go on my TBR shelf once that is cleared up a bit. So that's going to be fun to read this series. I know people are a bit mixed about the series, so I didn't mind the movie. I rewatched the movie, didn't mind it, but it would be cool to actually read it in a book, because I feel like the movie just didn't give the whole story justice. So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm just going to pan you over to have a look at my beautiful tower here. So yeah, that is that is a lot of books that I picked out. Yeah, and at least I've read some of them, which is good as well, because I usually have not read a lot of the books in these tags, because so I've got a lot more books than what I have read. So, and yeah, that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed today. Please give it a like, comment, what is your favourite book out of these books that I picked, or just, I don't know, your favourite book in general. I don't know, just comment something book related. And subscribe if you want to see more from me. And yeah, that's it for me, and I will see you next time. Bye!